Hey guys, how's it going? So as you can tell from the title, I'm basically doing a sketchbook tour of this little notebook. I'm not sure exactly how many drawings are in here, in which I allegedly claim to have made one drawing in every day for more or less than a year. I'm not exactly sure. It looks like it could be more than a year. Either way, so the first one is a flower. It's the rose for Jonghyun, a member of SHINee. You may or may not know about the tragic story behind this rose, but out of respect I don't want to go into too much detail about it here, because I wouldn't be able to do the story justice. I just started off this notebook with this drawing because it was fairly recent back then, and it was one of the first things that came to mind. The second one, well, the next four basically, you might be familiar with. They are the emblems from each of the four nations in the Avatar Last Airbender and Legend of Korra franchise. Water, air, earth, and fire. This one I think is a Rip Curl logo. It's a wave. This one, yeah, it's getting a little more abstract than I'd like. Okay, wow, I really liked waves. So the reference to this is obviously the Okinawa wave. So yeah. Okay, so I guess I was getting a little bit more detailed here. Getting a little bit more ambitious. One drawing per day, I'm starting to doubt that. So this is a very basic skull drawing, and as you can tell, over here I did some cross-hatching. It's a really good technique for working with an ink pen. Yeah, cross-hatching for the shading. I have no comment for this. I guess I drew Gudetama that day. Well, I don't know what to say really. I guess I got a little lazy. I mean, I was going with something more abstract that day. Okay, even the camera is like zooming in and out of focus with this very simple drawing. It probably has so much intricate detail that my phone camera has no idea just what to focus on. Oh, now this is a nice one. I drew Pink Guy from the Filthy Frank universe. I think this is supposed to be a still from his hot single STFU. Yeah, Pink Guy. This is Garo from One Punch Man. I highly doubt I finished this in one day, but yeah, cross-hatching, which I seem to like doing a lot when it comes to shading with an ink pen, I guess. This, of course, is the drill symbol from Gurren Lagann. And I can already tell what's on the back. This is the Bleach hollow symbol. This is a koi fish I ripped off of Google Images somewhere. This is the symbol of the K-pop group Mamamoo. Oh damn, I really hope I don't get copyright striked for this video. Yeah, really hope so. Okay, so here we have the Akatsuki cloud. I'm confident this was done in a day at least. Okay, over here we have the 3 comma Sharingan. Oh wow, I drew kind of an almost perfect circle here. I wonder how I did it. Probably traced a roll of cellophane tape, I guess. Okay, I was clearly in a sort of Naruto stint back here. I wonder what else I drew. More Naruto, I guess. Okay, yeah, something different. We've got Demon Slayer over here. This is the Water Hashira with no friends. Oh, I love Mudkips. Fun fact, Mudkip was my first ever Pokemon, so Mudkip's got a special place in my heart. Here we have Kyogre. As a kid, I used to call him Kyogre, but because that's what my cousin called him. But now I know his name is supposed to be pronounced Kyogre. And damn, as far as legendary Pokemons go, he's cool. Okay, so this is a scene from the manga Slam Dunk by Takehiro Inoue. I like how he did the net, so I copied the way he did it here. Yeah, you can see it's really well drawn in the manga. You can see all the motion being conveyed and carried out. So I'm glad I could sort of study the way he drew this panel. And yeah, you can see some cross-hatching over here again, which I really like doing with an ink pen. I think this is the aura farming sound from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Probably when the Pillar Man showed up. I might be wrong though. Yeah, so this is No Face from Spirited Away, but not quite. Another character from Tokyo Ghoul. Here we have Uta. Kakashi, an all-time favorite in the circle of anime. Kakashi Hatake, the copy ninja. Okay, so this is that smile from Berserk. When he saw the pixies or fairies, I forgot what they were exactly called back then. But they were demon pixies. This is Miyamoto Musashi from Vagabond, another manga by Takehiro Inoue. Yeah, this is a really cool pose. It's a really good candidate for a profile picture on your Twitter, or X as it's now called. Again, a lot of cross-hatching. Okay, now this one's really cool. I remember having a lot of fun drawing this one. This is Ichigo turning into a hollow. In the manga, if I'm not mistaken, it's for the first time. Yeah, I really liked this one. Now this one's cool too. A lot of cross-hatching going on, as you can see. The lighting is a nice touch. Lightning is a nice touch. It's really fun incorporating lightning into a drawing, but it was basically a study from the manga panel, or from a still from the anime, I think. You can see the motion being conveyed here and the energy sort of flowing through the drawing. And of course, no credit to me just for referencing it, but it's cool to see that even though it's black and white, you can tell that his hair is glowing. Yeah, this is a legendary panel from One Piece. I'm not sure how many years it's been since this panel came out, but I remember it's because Goldie Roger read what was on the poneglyphs. We still don't know the context behind why he laughed. It's been like 5 years later on. Am I right, One Piece fans? Oh, this is Cabaneri. I mean, not Cabaneri herself, but it's from the Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. This looks cool too. I'm actually fishing for... Oh, my camera seemed to have snapped into a red tint. I don't know why. Whatever, let's just keep recording. I think it's fading back to normal. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm actually fishing for drawings that I could use as a thumbnail. Yeah, I think I just ripped this off of Google Images as a reference, and Anime Eye. Looks kind of cool. The glitter is a nice touch, even if I do say so myself. It shows off like a glistening effect, you know? It blends well too, giving the eye a shine. I forgot who this is. I think it was a K-pop star that I sort of drew in an anime style. And I remember adding the butterfly only later on. Yeah, this was the panel of Deku imitating All Might. Oh, his tie is really short. That's not even a proper tie. What's going on with his tie? Why is it so short? Yeah. Well, anyway. Wow. Was I really that into My Hero Academia? Macadamia? I might have been binging it back then. This is a really cool panel though, from the tournament arc. For a shonen anime, a tournament arc is always good, it's always welcome. And I think this arc was similar to the Chunin exam arc in Naruto. Kenpachi. I really enjoyed drawing this guy, and damn, he's cool. He's got so much aura. I don't know about you, but I think he has got to be one of the coolest anime characters out there. Yeah. Okay, so this was the moment Bakugo was letting his feelings out against Deku. So basically like a therapy session for Bakugo. When they were fighting in the school grounds, the simulation city. Yeah, I guess this spike is basically from when Hinata was in middle school. I remember doing this for Inktober that year, and the prompt was connect. So yeah, like you know how the setter connects to the middle blocker in volleyball. So this panel was really cool, and it's from before he even joined Karasuno High, when he was still in middle school, I suppose. Yeah, so when he was in middle school in his first match, I think. Okay, so this is from Food Wars, Shokugeki no Soma. Cool panel, cool character. And I read the manga and really enjoyed it. Another slam dunk drawing. This is the 3-point shooter from Shohoku, Mitsui. Pretty cool guy. His character development was cool to witness too. Oh, that was I almost said Gasai Yuno, but she's from Miraniki. This, on the other hand, is the main character from Kakegurui, the gambling anime. I remember watching this too. Yeah, this might not be safe for YouTube, but it's not like my channel is even big enough to be monetized anyway. So this is Grimjo. All the Bleach characters really had like insane drip. Okay, so this is Akali from KDA, voiced by Soyeon from G-Idol. A really cool character from one of the sickest K-pop raps ever dropped. I remember my mind getting blown from the Top Stars MV the first time it was released. I mean when it was released for the first time. Genos from One Punch Man. The Cyborg, the S-Class Cyborg hero. Right. Oh, nothing much to say about this panel. I mean, nothing much to say about this drawing of mine, but there's definitely a lot to say about the context of this panel from the manga. I really hope I don't get copyright striked for this sketchbook tour. I mean, there's a lot of various intellectual properties I'm referencing in this notebook itself. So yeah. This is the Armored Titan. Oh yeah, okay, I was having a bit of a hard time flipping that page, but this is the main character from Sword of the Stranger. It was an anime movie, and I remember reading online that this would be a great first anime to recommend to someone, and I kind of agree. So this is Made in Abyss. Yeah, even if I do say so myself, I think I did a good job of making the metallic parts look metallic. So I really enjoyed this anime as well. Not the suffering parts though. Oh, it's Batman. I really like how I did the cross-hatching here. It really brings out the contrast in this drawing. Oh damn, it probably took so much ink. Yeah, this drawing probably took so much ink. Man. Yeah, I probably used up an entire pen on over here. Now I'm starting to really doubt that I did some of the drawings within just one day. The title of this video might be getting inaccurate at this point. Yeah. Okay, sorry, just gonna flip back to Batman real quick. Just want to capture it flat because I might consider including this in the thumbnail. Okay, moving on. Eraserhead. Really good teacher from UA High. Yeah, okay, so this is a Junji Ito one. I think everyone, even if seen out of context, you might recognize this girl from somewhere. I remember drawing this because I was watching an episode of Trash Taste and Giguk was basically wearing this shirt and I was looking for something to draw and settled on this. Yeah. This is Rengoku from Demon Slayer. It's really sad. I'm not going to spoil what happens though. And suddenly I'm thinking of donuts. Yeah, so this is Bakugo again, borrowing the power of One for All. It's a really cool moment from one of the Macadamia movies. But as you can see, I made a mistake here. I was supposed to draw his hair higher, but I ran out of space. Yeah. This is Miyamoto Musashi again. Another cool pose he's got going on here. Yeah, from the manga Vagabond. Oh, I see Akali again. And this is Garo from One Punch Man again. I probably really enjoyed drawing this one. I'm really doubting that I did this in a day. Okay, cool. So this is Akali. But I'm not sure where I got the reference from to draw this. Yeah. KDA. Fire songs. Yeah. So I'm sure if you were to Google samurai wallpaper, this is probably one of the images you would get. I just ended up drawing this when I was looking for something to draw that day. So yeah, settled upon this. And this is Shinra from Fire Force. This anime had really cool sound design and I probably referenced the anime instead of the manga with this one. Probably a screenshot from the anime. And I can see here he's doing his signature hand pose too. The one where he's like holding down his thumb or his index finger. I kind of forgot, but yeah. Okay, so this is Dabi. Now this is definitely one for the thumbnails. I like this one. I remember drawing this. I remember this being one of the drawings in this notebook. And yeah, I think that as of today, I still haven't caught up to My Hero Academia. Yeah, I think I might be up to season 4, I think. This is from Megalobox. Really cool anime. Yeah, back to Dabi. I think I'd love to find out how his story plays out. I actually already been spoiled on the fact that he is a certain someone's brother. But I won't spoil it here. Yeah, Megalobox, highly recommend it if you haven't watched it yet. And a really banger theme song. Okay, I remember this being one of the prompts for Inktober. The prompt I think was Crystal, and I just didn't use much of a reference here, just drew it myself this way. You can see the posing and anatomy of the girl might be a little wonky, so sorry about that. Yeah, I think this, I'm sure, is Sohyun from AOA. from their Queendom stage versus Mamamoo when they exchanged songs. I sort of drew Sohyun in an anime style. I don't know why I turned this into a sailing ship, but yeah, here we are. Yeah, no idea what to say about that. This is basically done without a reference as well. Just trying to draw an arm bar here. So basically I was just trying to draw a jiu-jitsu arm bar. Just going off of a mental image and exploring how I can draw one without a reference. Raven. So Raven has got to be one of the most well-known goths in media. And this is the version from the 2003 Teen Titans. I remember learning a lot from that show. It formed a big part of my moral compass. Okay, so this is Aang going Avatar mode. Again, another show that really shaped my moral compass. Okay, for some reason I drew a fan. I think this might have been for Inktober. I don't remember the prompt ever being like fan. So that's kind of weird. Yeah. So this is Rorschach from The Watchmen. Interesting mask he's got there for in this particular instance. Yeah, Rorschach. I think the Inktober prompt for this one was guitar. No particular character I drew here. I think I referenced a person holding a guitar, and so I just made up the character's face and hair myself as I went along. Yeah. I think the Inktober prompt for this was sour. I didn't watch Boruto beyond Naruto and Sasuke fighting Momoshiki, but from googling, I guess he ate a burger that was really sour, I guess. I remember as I was drawing this, I noticed how his hair is shaped like a fruit over here, like an apple with a stem on top. Yeah, interesting design. So yeah, I think the prompt for this was stuck, which doesn't really make sense because there would be no scenario in which her powers would let her get stuck like this anyway. And the anatomy here is really wonky too because it's like the forearm is either super long or detached from her upper arm here. So yeah, sorry about that. Didn't really do my homework or forward thinking with the anatomy there. Yeah, so this is my rendition of Miles Morales in one of the Spider-Verse posters. Yeah, got some cool perspectives that I studied from this. Okay, I have no idea who this is supposed to be, no particular character I think. And I think I just made him up myself. I remember blacking out his hand and turning it into a glove because I was trying to cover up for some mistake I made. Yeah, speaking of moral compasses, I think the prompt for this in Inktober was compass, but I wanted to make it slightly more interesting to myself, so I went and pixelized it. As you can see, I drew some grids with a pencil to refer to. So this is the first drawing related to Re:Zero in my notebook here. Damn, our boy Subaru is traumatized. His eyes are glazing over, huh? Yeah, I guess we are. This is the helmet from the Berserker armor, and I can tell, just like Batman, this used up a lot of ink. Well, this one's really cute. It's Evie with a flower in his or her hair. I mean ear. Yeah, this is Armin. So at least we know, sorry, spoilers, but at least we know he's still alive. Yeah. I think the Inktober prompt for this was crispy. That's pretty morbid. This is the Kentucky guy, Colonel Sanders. I've always said Colonel the way it's spelled, like Colonel, but now I know it's supposed to be Colonel. So yeah, it is the sexy Japanese version of the KFC guy, Colonel Sanders. Here we have the best girl from ReZero, and this is the second drawing related to ReZero in this notebook. Okay, what's that? What's this? Okay, I don't know why I wrote that there. I can barely tell what it says. Okay, this is Ryan Gosling from Drive. I was gonna make a joke and say, oh, this is Ryan Reynolds from Drive, but that's a really cheap joke, and I'm not gonna make it. Yeah. I remember drawing this, but not what prompted me to do it. So I don't know what's up with this awkward diamond here. I think I made some sort of mistake somewhere and used this to cover it up. So yeah, I think that was why I did this weird diamond thing. Probably would have looked better without it, with just the dinosaur skull and the leaves coming out. Well, yeah, probably made a mistake somewhere, and that's why I blacked out the diamond area immediately around the skull. So yeah, there's that. So this is the snake Hashira from Demon Slayer. Some more good cross-hatching I did here, which I can appreciate. I think this is Hatsune Miku's leak. Yeah, so this is a somewhat more detailed drawing, scuffier drawing of Miyamoto Musashi, again from Vagabond. Yeah, I feel like I'm approaching the end of the sketchbook. And this, I remember I didn't really like the way his face turned out. I think I just wasn't looking at the reference enough. So his face is a little off. You can tell it's Eren Yeager, but I got his face shape wrong. Yeah, okay, so Eren Yeager again. But spoilers. I guess I really should be putting spoiler tags in before flipping through the pages, but yeah. This is Eren's founding titan. I remember drawing this before I even watched the ending of season 4 was even released. So at the point of drawing this, I had no context for this yet. Because up to that point I was anime only and I hadn't read the manga. So yeah. Okay, Denji here looks really cool. I drew this around the time Chainsaw Man was released, I think. I really enjoyed it. And what a banger anime. What a banger season 1. Okay, Miyamoto Musashi here again. Aura farming as always. Lots of life lessons in this manga on how to live life. Okay, this is from Solo Leveling. And that smile from the very first dungeon, the place that started it all, if you know what I mean. If you've read Solo Leveling, that is. Okay, so this is Hinata from Haikyuu in one of the emotional moments. Okay, so this is Sunken Rock. I haven't read the manga though, but I'd like to. Sorry, not the manga, the manhwa, because it's Korean. Yeah. Oh, I guess this is the last drawing in the sketchbook. The last drawing is of a manhwa I haven't even gotten to reading. 3 years later, and I'm doing this sketchbook tour. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this sketchbook tour, and I hope you will be here for the next one. Drop a like and subscribe below if you'd like to see more art content like this. I really appreciate the support, especially if you've watched all the way up to this point. And by the way, how I'm filming this is basically I have a glass table and I put my phone on top. And right now I'm basically just holding and flipping through my sketchbook underneath the table. So yeah, that's about it. See you, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.